Hi, here's 15 questions on Amazon EKS, together with answers, that you could find useful if you're preparing for an exam or a job interview. So let's begin. Question number 1. What is Amazon EKS? Amazon EKS is a fully managed Kubernetes service that allows you to run Kubernetes applications in the AWS cloud or on premises without needing to set up, configure, or manage your own Kubernetes clusters. 2. What is the main advantage of using Amazon EKS? The primary advantage is that AWS manages the control plane, including the Kubernetes API servers and the etcd persistence layer, allowing you to focus on running and scaling your Kubernetes applications. 3. How does Amazon EKS integrate with AWS services? EKS integrates with AWS services like IAM for authentication, CloudWatch for monitoring, and Elastic Load Balancing for distributing traffic across worker nodes. 4. Can Amazon EKS run on premises? Yes, with Amazon EKS Anywhere, you can run EKS on your own infrastructure in your data centers or edge locations, offering more flexibility in how and where you deploy your Kubernetes clusters. 5. What are Amazon EKS worker nodes? Worker nodes are EC2 instances or AWS Fargate tasks that run the containerized workloads in the EKS cluster. They are where your Kubernetes workloads are deployed and executed. 6. What is the role of the control plane in Amazon EKS? The control plane is responsible for managing the state of the Kubernetes cluster. It handles API requests, schedules workloads, and monitors the health of the cluster components. 7. How does Amazon EKS handle security? EKS integrates with AWS Identity and Access Management for authentication and provides fine-grained access control using Kubernetes role-based access control. It allows for encryption at rest and in transit for sensitive data. 8. What is Fargate in the context of Amazon EKS? Fargate is a serverless compute engine for containers that allows you to run Kubernetes pods without managing the underlying EC2 instances, simplifying the scaling and resource management. 9. How does Amazon EKS manage cluster updates? EKS allows for in-place cluster upgrades where you can update the Kubernetes version of the control plane and worker nodes. AWS provides the latest stable versions of Kubernetes with security patches. 10. What is the pricing model for Amazon EKS? Amazon EKS charges a fixed fee per Kubernetes cluster per hour, in addition to the cost of the EC2 instances or Fargate tasks used for running worker nodes and any other AWS resources consumed. 11. What is the Amazon EKS VPC CNI plugin? The Amazon VPC CNI plugin is a Kubernetes network plugin that allows Kubernetes pods to use native VPC networking, providing each pod with its own IP address from the VPC's CIDR range. What is the difference between EKS and ECS? Amazon EKS is a Kubernetes-based service, while Amazon ECS, Elastic Container Service, is AWS's own container orchestration service. EKS is suited for users familiar with Kubernetes, while ECS is simpler and more tightly integrated with AWS, but doesn't really support Kubernetes natively. 13. What are managed node groups in Amazon EKS? Managed node groups simplify the process of provisioning and managing EC2 instances for Kubernetes worker nodes, as EKS handles the provisioning, health monitoring, and updating of these nodes automatically. 14. How does Amazon EKS provide high availability for the control plane? The EKS control plane is highly available by default, with API servers and etcd nodes distributed across multiple AWS availability zones, ensuring resilience and fault tolerance. And 15. What is a cluster autoscaler in Amazon EKS? The cluster autoscaler automatically adjusts the size of a Kubernetes cluster based on the demands of your workloads, scaling up when there are insufficient resources and scaling down when nodes are underutilized. Thanks for listening and good luck on your exam.